Greetings, travelers. I'm Josh,
And I'm Kahi.
and we're the Genshin Guys. Welcome all. This podcast is for fans of Genshin Impact, the mobile game made by HoYoverse, also known as MiHoYo. Here we talk about our opinions, experiences, and dreams about Genshin Impact. If you like our show, don't forget to subscribe on Apple Music, Spotify, or wherever you are listening to the podcast. So before we get started, Kahi, how are you doing today?
A lot to do in gaming. Me and my other game, Destiny 2, just launched a new season, and
Your mistress, I
there's
get,
a lot.
I get it.
I have two side chicks technically. So
Oh my god.
yeah, Destiny 2 is actually, the armor looks great, weapons look great, a lot to do. It's the same old, but still a little bit of new, fresh stuff here and there. So I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but honestly, if you play it casually, it's great because you can play it at the same time as other games like Genshin 2, Genshin Impact, God of War 2, because you're playing God of War, right?
Right. I'm so close to finishing.
How's that game going out?
So close to finishing. I'm trying to finish it because I'm about to go on vacation, so I want to finish it before I leave. Because if I come back a week and a half later just to do the final boss, it'd be so anticlimactic. Well, it wouldn't be anticlimactic, but it would be like I would forget the combos and controls and stuff, and I'd be like having a tough time. But it is very great. The story is really good.
See, I wanted to actually replay the Assassin's Creed games because,
Oh, me too.
I've been really missing that story because I keep seeing like references to like, I keep seeing Assassin's Creed pop up on my timeline too, and then I keep trying to figure out, trying to remember Ezio's story or Altair's story, and I'm like, man, that was actually really good, and I'm forgetting a lot of key elements, and then I know there's certain Assassin's Creed games that I didn't really need to play, but oddly enough, coincidentally, Destiny 2 has an Assassin's Creed armor pack.
What?
So there's a crossover event. Well, it's not an event, but like
right.
their armor styles is in our game and our armor styles are in their game. So
Wow.
that's actually pretty cool. Like, as I was thinking about it, what do you know? So all of a sudden, Assassin's Creed is in my other game.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm technically playing all the games I wanted to at the moment. But what about you? How's your week?
Yeah, I've been just preparing because, we're recording this before Scaramouche, before the 3.3 update, so still preparing for everything for Genshin while doing like other games like God of War, but also I've been trying to catch up in Pokemon. I've been playing a lot of Marvel Snap. It's so good. It also makes me excited for Genius Unification TCG. And that's pretty much it. I've been doing that and working.
Just
so,
prepping.
Yeah.
Prepping for everything else.
Prepping
Work and
for
prep
things,
and then
yeah.
gaming.
Yeah, it's fun. I really enjoy the variety in games, especially like phone games that I can play very quickly, and then like when I'm on the train or the bus on the way to work. So or even at work in between breaks. So that's really fun for me. But yeah.
Still have yet to get Marvel Snap, but I mean, I've heard there's like a bug lately with people opening up packs and they're empty. So
What?
that's a little
Wait, what?
concerning,
There's
but
no-
I think they
there's no-
fixed it.
There's no packs. Oh
Well,
yeah.
I know, but not
The
they
collector
open things, but
yeah.
they're not getting it.
Yeah, so that's like a very recent, like even if you start playing the game, you don't get those packs until like you've played the game for
later.
a bunch of hours already because yeah, it's like a thing. But the game is fantastic. I just really can't wait until they add multiplayer. Yeah, that's like with friends list and stuff, because right now it's only like one mode. You go online, you fight a random person and you get ranked or not ranked for it. And it sounds kind of intense, like very competitive, but actually it's really chill. It's a really cool, really chill game. Yeah, I recommend it to anybody who's interested in card games. So, or Marvel, honestly, if you're interested in Marvel and you've never really tried a Hearthstone-esque like digital card game, I recommend it. It's very easy to do. Games are basically like within 5 minutes long. So yeah. But so yeah, I guess that's our vibe today. So I'll talk about today's topics. This week we're going to talk quickly about our weeks in Genshin, some Genshin news. We're going to talk about Anemo characters, and we're going to do a little quiz game put together by Kahi using riddles and characters somehow that I'm not sure because I'm going to be the one participating and Kahi's going to be the one hosting. So this should be a pretty fun experience. So just for some context, like I said earlier, we are recording this um, the day that the patch 3.3 patch comes out. So we're actually, and we're going to be releasing this episode on Monday. So we're going to be not up to date. We don't have experience yet with Scaramouche or Genius Invocation TCG. I'm about to go on vacation for 2 weeks, so we just to be able to make the schedule, we want to be able to have some episodes for you guys to listen to on Mondays. So this is our, kind of short, like halfway through the week already episode. We're gonna talk about the news that has come out now, and then we have a different episode prepared for you next week. First of our interlude series where we will talk about just different things about the lore, and the topics that we cover will not be necessarily time related. So we're not going to talk about news. We're not going to talk about our weeks in Genshin. We're not going to talk about certain things, but we're going to have plenty of other content that's going to be hopefully interesting for you to listen to if you're already a fan of the podcast, or even if you just want to listen to people talk about Genshin. That's what we're here for. So that being said, let's get started with our weeks in Genshin so far. Okay, Kahi, how's your week in Genshin so far?
I have accumulated about 64 wishes. I'm still trying to go back and forth between do I want to just pull for Wanderer now or do I want to try and just get Ayato later. I mean, last episode I was talking about I was probably still going to focus on Ayato, but here's a problem that I'm foreseeing. If I wait too late to roll and then the banner after Ayato is like Dea or like the character that I actually want, then I'm too close to the pity. So just for the sake of having like a new character and like you were saying, the exploration is fun and it's a new hyped up character that everyone likes. It's a very unique style. I'll probably try Scaramouche's banner. But even earlier in the other episodes I said I'm just gonna roll if I get Farazan or Wanderer first. Whoever I get, I'm just gonna stick with that for a little bit and then just go take it from there. Because I'm still leveling Layla. I am still trying to get all the talents of my other previous characters up a little bit. I'm noticing a problem when I'm looking through all of my character archives. A lot of the characters that I use a lot aren't actually max talents yet. And like I honestly thought my beta was like crowned for at least one ability, but apparently not. I'm still like at like level 12 for her Tide Caller, the counter, but not 13. Because I'm still thinking, I'm trying to remember what was like the actual like max talent level, which is 10 if you don't have a constellation, and then if you do, then
13.
it upgrades it by 3.
Yeah.
13. So taking a look at all the older characters that I know I'm going to use a lot, like Zhongli is max because his shield is good. Raiden Shogun, she's max because her ability is great for ER generation and everything else. I already crowned like Nahida's E ability.
Oh, nice.
But I want to work on Mona because she was my first 5-star and she's actually really good for Hyper Bloom.
Nice.
Kokumi because she's a really great healer and she can go into any other kind of team.
Yeah.
Hyper Bloom, Freeze team, and she's actually fantastic. And I didn't even realize that there are whole like Reddits just for like Kokumi mains. It's literally just called Kokumi mains.
Don't they have that for every character? I think they have that for every character.
I now know that. Yeah. Now I know that because if I saw Kokumi mains, there's guaranteed to have another subreddit for everything.
Yeah.
I think I saw Eula mains once just because someone was bragging about their 1 million damage hit, which is always impressive, but it's like, do I really want to build everything into just that one move and that have like nothing for like neutral game? But I mean, it did inspire me to go and build up my Eula. So right now, I'm just trying to make sure all my older characters are not
Eula.
neglected.
I forgot.
And I got her main 5-star weapon by accident. I get weapons by accident.
What, you have Song
more
of
than the
Broken Pines?
Characters, I think. Yeah.
What?
It's like level 80,
Oh my
not
gosh.
90. I'm keeping it at 80. I'm doing like 10k per hit, which is great.
Dude, I was Eula main for a little bit. Like after she came out for a couple months, like I was just only playing Eula. It was very fun.
She's fun.
Yeah.
and her attack speed can get way faster too when
Yeah.
when the new artifact set comes out. But yeah, that's my week. I'm going through my old characters, making sure that I'm not leaving them behind. Keep like slowly upgrading a talent here and there. But I'm trying my best not to like burn all of my artifact fuel because I really want to try out the new artifact set
Mm.
just because of the 10% attack speed. I want to know how other people can play with that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hazel's on my mind, but Zhao. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this last episode, but my Zhao has 100% crit rate now.
What? Damn. What?
It's fantastic.
You're using
Yeah.
which weapon? Primordial Jade Spear.
His primordial gladiator set, and I have him on a double cryo team, so I get the
Ah,
extra hidden 15% crit rate. So his personal crit rate is 90,
I
but
see.
I get the rest from the cryo team,
So you
and
you
I'm
only see
pairing him
crits?
with
Boom, 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 boom.
yep, big number, big number, big number. So good.
Wow.
But even him, his talents are only like level 8,
Mm.
and I'm still doing a lot of good damage. So I just have him with Shenhe and Chongyun
Mm.
so that he can attack a little bit faster. And then when I get the next artifact set, I'll put it on him, attack 20% faster, which would be awesome. And then who's my healer? I think it's Kokomi. Yeah, for freeze.
Mm.
I might switch it up for Kuki because
Because
it kind of
Cookie.
matches like the whole cold cut combo thing.
Like,
I
wait,
like
let's.
thematic teams like
Kahi,
that.
you just have a thing for Cookie. I
Hmm.
understand. I'm on the same spot. Okay.
I know she's like 999. I haven't
She's
really
a
crowned her yet.
ninja.
I
She's the
know.
only ninja besides Sayu.
I think one of the reasons why I like Cookie is because everyone else is like, "Oh, Cookie's a horrible character," and I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna main her now,
Oh, she's good now.
out of spite,
I mean,
just out of
that
spite."
was that
Yes,
was the
especially
beginning,
with
right?
Bloom, Dendro.
We talked about that. We did a whole segment just so you could say how good
Yeah.
Cookie was.
Oh, the Cookie debacle.
Yeah.
That was great. And she's been in my team for Sumeru exploration for like the entire time
Same.
because she can activate the mushrooms. She can apply hyper bloom.
Well,
She
what I
can
like about her
apply
is
like all
she
kinds of
heals without you
aggravates.
having to stand in one place, and also
Yes.
you don't have to hit things, right? So
It's an
she's like
applicator.
it's a better version of Barbara's, like constantly healing, always on you ability. Because like Kokomi, you have to stand
Gave her the
in the
key.
mushroom, and in
Yeah, yeah.
with Jean you have to hit stuff. So yeah, it's like that.
I gave her the key of Kajnisut. That's
Oh
technically
wow,
Nilu's weapon, but she has an HP buff and an elemental mastery buff, and her talents directly need HP and mastery to do more damage and healing. So
that's true.
I
I didn't even
am
think about that. Oh
yeah.
my god, because I've been using it on
Uh-huh.
Layla recently, right? Because actually,
For the shield,
yeah,
yes, but
actually,
then she doesn't
well,
do
no,
anything else with it.
no, yeah, but it's for the shield. Like I wanted her shield to be
Yeah, yeah.
like better
HP
than
buff.
Zhongli's shield. You know what I mean?
Oh, and speaking of Zhongli, I finally got him above 50,000 HP. He's like the best shield now. He was at like 49,000, and then like I'm never gonna find better artifacts. And then I was farming the domain for like Eula and just artifact fuel, and what do you know? I got a better helmet.
That's great.
So I just popped that on him, maxed it to 20. I used the old helmet as like fuel because I know it had 4 stats already, so that's great. Anytime you get like a 4 stat thing, just might as well just keep it. If 3 of them are
Yeah.
like
If you know what
if
it's
three
gonna
of
be
those
already,
stats
yeah.
are good, yeah, yeah, you might as well just keep it. So what about you, Josh? How's your week in Genshin?
Kind of mentioned it earlier. Just preparing for stuff, making sure I do whatever I can to get some primo gems, just to prepare for the gacha. And I don't still have, dude. I still have so many side quests like just lined up, like random world quests. That's probably like go talk to an NPC and fight a mob, and then that's it. Like like I probably have a bunch of those, but I just have them on my list and I haven't gone to them. I want to eventually do the Aranara quest, and so yeah, I'll get there, and I'll have more fun doing it when I have him Scaramouche because I can fly around. Maybe it'll be more fun. But yeah, I just been thinking about that, and the let's see, and I have like at least 30 pulls ready on my Asian account, and 110 pull ready on my US account, but yeah, I don't know. Like, it's gonna be up to Lady Luck to decide whether I get Scaramouche now or later. So we'll see. And then on my NA account, I've been trying to work through it. I forgot how much stuff you had to do. Like when you first get to Leeway, like I'm doing Leeway stuff. I had to like go meet all the Adepti, and then I have to like just do this whole like who killed Rex Lapis like murder mystery game. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to go through it knowing what I already know. But I'm hoping to get Scaramouche in the US account too, so that I can make traveling a lot easier because it is uh, it's pretty hard to run with the when you don't have any characters that like move fast and you don't have a lot of stamina. So like if I could get Sayu, that would help me a lot with the world exploration, I think. But um, right now I'm saving all my gems, so we'll see what happens. But it's really interesting playing through the story as Lumine, also as like a female traveler, because I played there as male traveler, and it's a little bit more fresh. Well, we'll see how it goes, but I'm enjoying it. It's fun. That's my Genshin week. So
Oh, do
okay,
you have double animal characters yet on that account?
I don't.
Oh
I
no, you
was
could have had the
thinking,
speed
but this is
boost.
another reason I want Scaramouche, right? Because I'll just use my Anemo Traveler with the Wanderer, and then I can have the speed boost.
Mm-hmm.
But a speed boost plus less stamina consumption, right? So yeah, we'll see. I'll get there eventually. But I have a feeling I'll be mostly using Traveler and Kaya on this account, and then
Ooh,
maybe
before
yeah. What's up
before we move on, did you accidentally get Rosaria?
on the American account?
Yeah,
No, unfortunately.
damn it.
Let me tell you
Okay,
who I got.
because like some people.
I got
Mm,
Shinyan
okay,
and Yunjin. No, Yunjin. No, what's her name?
Yunjin.
Is it Yunjin? It is
Yeah,
Yunjin. Okay.
the opera singer.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yunjin.
I
Yeah.
got her. And I got I feel like I got one more person. I don't know. I think I just got more. Like I got Noelle, Shangling, Barbara. I'm gonna get Cole when I do Spiral Abyss, and that's pretty much it. Like I really have no one. I was actually gonna
No,
check,
some
but
people were
it's
like,
update right
yeah,
now, maintenance right now.
some people were just doing like the weirdest thing. If they have Rosaria, they just always switch the game time to like night, so they always move faster. Because that's her
Oh,
passive.
oh my god, I
I mean,
forgot
it
about
works,
that.
but you just have to keep playing at night. I mean, that's still, I I don't know why this would be fun, but like if you could just set a game time like all the time or like temporary freeze and just always be nighttime because it
Mm.
helps with pictures, it helps with certain puzzles. I think makes certain things easier to see. I mean, could be like an accessibility thing, but it just you just do one change to the clock and just say like slow time or halt time for whatever reason. I don't know. It helps a lot of cutscenes. Like in-game cutscenes just look better at night. Most of them
Oh
do.
yeah, most of them do. That's right. So that's pretty much our weeks in Genshin so far, and we will be talking next about Genshin news. So in Genshin news, like I said, this recording is a little bit earlier, so we are recording this on the day of the 3.3 patch. So any news after that, we aren't able to share, despite this episode coming out on a Monday afterwards. But we do have some things that have happened. They have showed us the Wanderer preview, the Wanderer character demo, and the Farazan character demo. All super great. I'm super excited to like see and play through his story and the interlude Archon quest or the interlude quest. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, did you watch the preview, Kahi? Like, I know that people listening will probably have already played or seen his gameplay at this point, but what did you think of like the preview? The one about the story with the boy.
The story preview. His voice actor does a really good job.
Mm.
I mean, I am starting to sympathize a little bit, which is rare because normally, you know how I feel about
Oh,
Scaramouche.
maybe
I'm not
you
really a
want
fan.
Scaramouche? Okay.
Maybe here. Okay, what's when we talk about like the animal characters? You know what? I'll just bring it up now.
Okay.
Here's a really, really really dumb reason why I think I might be more inclined to pull for Scaramouche now. This is actually from his demo trailer, not so much the preview trailer, but and we're kind of talking about that at the same time, anyways. So you know what? Did I tell you about the bird? No, I didn't tell you about the bird yet, did I?
No.
Okay, so Raiden Shogun, Yaimiko, and Scaramouche all have an idle animation with a bird. Or I don't know if it's idle animation, but they just have a weird interaction with the same kind of bird. So Raiden Shogun, her idle animation is she just stands there, a bird just comes to her, and she's just, really friendly and interacts with it and just watches it.
Full on Disney princess, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Yaimiko, a bird comes to her, she, bird is not afraid at all, and then Yaimiko's fox just eats it. And then you have Wanderer. The bird comes to him still, and he just kind of like tries to shoo it away. In all three instances, the bird is saying that this person's fine. Like the bird approves. So like if the animals are like coming up to him and say, hey, he seems fine, obviously they know something that I don't, and they don't have an aversion to him yet. So I'm like, okay, if the bird approves, like how he approves, like how the bird approves everyone else that I have. Maybe I'll try and roll for Scaramouche.
Dude, the
And I'm
bird,
like,
the bird
yes.
is Focalors, the god of judgment.
No, that was Nahida.
Oh yeah,
She's
right.
the cage bird. That's her second
That's
form.
right. Okay, so just like this isn't even my final form.
I know. Wait a second. Yaimiko has a fox form, and Nahida could technically take on the appearance of other people too.
Well, remember,
no,
no, she was controlling
her
other people's
mind
minds.
could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she could control a bird.
Yeah, well,
Technically.
Yaimiko feels like
If she wanted
could
to.
technically, because if she gets like those extra tails when she does her burst.
It's more like a spirit thing,
Yeah,
not like her
but
becoming
maybe
it.
she could like spirit fox mode or something. Anyway, it's super cool.
And Raiden Shogun's a cat.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
yeah, so that
But, yeah,
that you're thinking, okay,
story wise, story wise, I'm starting to sympathize more because his whole plan for like whatever godly world domination, it's over. So like he's not a threat anymore. He still has his attitude, which could use some work. I really just want to see him grow through a metamorphosis.
I mean that's
I want him to grow as a
supposedly what's
character.
gonna happen, right? Like because
Yeah, so
how
I'm
would you
gonna.
join us?
I don't think he's gonna join us. He just doesn't like interacting with people at this point, which is why he's the wanderer. And I'm probably just gonna wait till after his story to roll
Mm-hmm.
on his banner, because obviously you'll get some prima gems along the way, some wishes from the events coming up. Um, I the voice actor does really good work
Yeah.
with
I,
just portraying his inner inner conflict, or his like strife. Is like he does emotions very well. So that's what's really adding to my appeasement.
his appeal for you.
His appeal, right? I was like, am I saying the right word? Yeah, it was his appeal, not my appeasement. But yeah, what are your impressions about that story? Do you think he's gonna get a change, or is he gonna just be still like super upset and moody all the time?
Well, I think yeah, there's got to be some character development by the way towards the way that he treats other people, but I think we're gonna see why he acts that way. I don't know if it's gonna be like he changes, but I think we're gonna see something that can justify why he's acting the way he is. Like, because that's how we sympathize, right? Like, we have to know the context behind why he wanted to become a god, why he wanted to do this. And we know a little bit, but now we're starting to learn about like the emotional trauma that he went through. Like from that first cutscene that they showed when you linked with him through Hypatia, right? Like there was a cutscene showing his past, and we don't know the details of that, and we're gonna learn the details of that, and in doing so, hopefully we'll learn why he is where he is, and then maybe because we're learning, and maybe he's learning too, because like it seems like they in the preview they go to Irminsul together to maybe find some lost memories, and in doing that, maybe he will understand more about himself. We will understand more about him. We can sympathize with him, and then he will be a sort of ally. But maybe like nobody really like joins you, but like they're okay to travel with you or to help you out or something.
Like
There's like,
befriends you,
yeah,
yeah.
like like a child. Like he's like, when I show up, I'll help you. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what happened a couple times. So yeah, I'm excited to learn about it. Like, oh, like what I wanted to comment about the voice acting, like you said, his English and Japanese voice actors are both super good. Like his to be honest, his English voice actor is more what I imagine his voice to be like the quality and the tone of his voice. But then his Japanese voice is just so good. Like it's really good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. It's very expressive. I think the English version does better for like uh, uh, well, I mean both do it very well, like
Yeah.
the
It's just different.
emotional
They
like
just do it differently.
variance
Yeah.
and like spectrums. Yeah, I think Japanese just emphasizes more. It's more emphatic, but I go maybe it's because I'm like my English bias. I can understand like the word choice and like
Right.
the emphasis on the words themselves a lot better. Because I mean, even in Japan, Japanese the words are the sentence structure is completely different. So like the emphasis starts at the beginning for like an action word, or
Right.
oh no, at the
At
end
the
with an
end.
action word.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm hearing it in real time at different points in time. So like the emphasis that I expect is drawn out later.
Yeah.
But yeah, Japanese is just very known to be very animated and expressive because all of the actors have like anime background, which is
Yeah.
very whimsical,
It,
very
yeah.
very strong.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about voice acting for a hot second, like I just think that we have an expectation for the voice acting, like as like a
Hmm.
bias. Like I mean, Japanese people are used to their kind of voice acting, and English people are not used to this kind of drama. Like I think that trailer, the movie trailer, like the unofficial one that you told us about last week.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, by Subutai.
yeah, I think that shows you the power of the English voice acting, like at its best. Like they're using lines that are spoken dramatically in a dramatic fashion, and for us, it lines up because when we see those lines used that way in movie trailers, like often in our culture, that it gives us excitement for like what's gonna happen. But when we go into a game or watch a movie and the character is talking like that the whole time, it's kind of corny and cheesy. Like it's very fake, right? Because
A little,
nobody
yeah.
talks like that in real life. But
Over dramatic.
right, it's over dramatic. But in anime, people are used to that, and people use a lot of anime language in real life in different contexts too. Like people don't walk around talking like anime characters in a normal sense, but like there are places where that language is used and people are used to it. And so sitting down and watching an anime, which everyone grows up doing here in Japan, it's very easy to kind of process what kind of character you're listening to, what's happening, without it seeming super over dramatic most of the time. So I think it's really interesting. Um, now that I know both languages, like how different people see it, especially hearing from you. Like I don't speak Japanese, but this is what I'm expecting. Like that's really interesting to me. So yeah, voice actor is great. What about the character demos? I really liked
Hmm.
Faruzan's music and like the poses and stuff. But
You know what?
I actually don't like her voice
The
actor
music,
as much. Like
yeah. I mean,
it's like Dory.
her her attitude can be worked on a little bit too. But honestly, I think I like Faruzan's music better from the live stream, her first appearance, because in her actual character demo, it was a little bit, it was a little louder, like has more instruments and more notes being played at the same time. I kind of like the simple violin with the simple beat at the same time. It seemed more elegant. The new song just seems too busy, little too noisy. It's still good, but the tone of her first version I think was better. I wish that one was extended, but you want to talk about Wanderer first or Farazan? You can make a call. You can make the call.
Oh, either one's fine.
Okay. Well, let's start. We'll go back to Farazan in a bit. So Wanderer, because he had like more trailers. He has the story trailer and then the demo. So as far as Wanderer's like preview as well as demo goes, I do like how he still maintains a little bit of his sassy personality, but doesn't go out of his way to just be the aggressor. He was just completely willing to walk past those Watui guys until they chose to pick a fight with him, and now he can go all out. He's just looking for the reason to. But I do like how he's not using that as like a first resort. He's not just looking for war or to cause trouble. He's just doing his own thing. And now we know he gave himself the title of Wanderer.
Right.
So it wasn't bestowed. No one calls him the Wanderer. He's just gonna be like, yeah, Wanderer. He seems to fit me just fine, or first just
Yeah,
perfect.
I wonder who gave him that
Um,
name. You know what I mean?
mhm. Oh my gosh.
Didn't.
Maybe Sino.
Oh, dang it. Yep.
Oh, does he? Okay, I'm maybe that someone's just speculating this, but d- is Kazuha? What does he mention Kazuha at all, or no?
Hmm?
In his story bit. Okay,
I mean,
someone probably just made it
what?
up, but
Well, because Kazuha's grandfather's his friend, right?
right. But I
So
don't know if
we
Kazuha's
don't know.
gonna
Yeah.
make an appearance.
I mean, we don't know yet, right? I feel like it would make sense, but he also might not yet, right? Honestly, that seems like an interaction that would happen in like a random event or something. You know, like a time
Yeah.
based event, like the Golden Apple Archipelago events. Like like the characters interact with each
Mm-hmm.
other and they have their stuff, but it eventually goes away and isn't important to the main story. But maybe it is. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Mm. As far as like what I've gotten from the demo trailer, I really just think his basic attacks is gonna be the thing you want to build into, because that's where most of his damage comes from. Everything else is kind of like helping him get the damage and get into that state where he can do his
Yeah.
attacks, and then his burst. So I don't think I don't think elemental or energy recharge is going to be that important for him, because you're just building up to that one burst. I think I what I normally do is I go for energy recharge on bursts that I know will help the rest of the team, so that if I want to spam that, that will keep its effect, mingling with the other. It was like Beto, like that one, because she has like a electro aura. Like I want to keep that up as often as possible, like a skill almost.
Yeah, I'm curious about that
Or
one for
mhm,
like I was actually thinking about that for his ability. Like for example, like if you use Beto's thing and it her ultimate, her burst, and it does activate and it like when you auto attack it does damage them. Like it does like the electricity. But
mhm.
they in one of the videos I was watching from like I Win to Lose on YouTube, he was mentioning like we don't know if his normal attacks will actually count as normal attacks during that state because of its nature, like it's flying and stuff. Like hopefully it is. Seems like it is.
Well, it
But
does. I
but
thought the live stream said it.
I mean that's his
Yeah,
normal attack
his
button, but
normal
like they
attacks
might
do
do
it.
something like
Hmm.
with Raiden where they say like, her ultimate doesn't count. It calls as ultimate damage and not as a normal attack technically, right?
True,
Yeah.
but I could have sworn like the people in the live stream were mentioning his normal attacks have a chance to, or his charge attack will. They 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 do specify it,
Well,
and they don't say that
like
his
normal
it
attack.
counts
Yeah,
as.
I guess they didn't say it, but I don't remember them saying it. But that's just the thing. Like sometimes, because there's stuff like that, right? Like you can't use Beto's burst with Raiden's ult because
Which for the longest time I thought it did, but until I
right,
read that,
exactly.
like Shogun's, during her state, that is all, burst damage,
Yeah,
which I think is better. It could actually be
I mean
much
it
better
is better
if
for
it
her.
is like that,
Yeah,
but
but it's just like
mm,
many people thought you could do it, but then you can't do it, and it's like this whole thing. So yeah, we gotta try. I think a lot of people are gonna be experimenting with things that like support abilities that stay out off field because like on field when they're off field because of him being on the field. He's going to be like a selfish DPS, right? Like he's going to be out as much as possible, flying around doing
it's like
damage,
Zhao.
like Zhao, like Sino, like these characters who have these really long attack sequences. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm just excited. I hope it's really fun. I just like want to fly around enemies and stuff. So I'm curious. Like, a lot of enemies won't be able to hit you. Like, the ones like the dudes with the swords. Like, just normal bad guys. Like, they can't get you. So I think that'll be pretty funny.
One of the first things I want to try is when I'm in the air if I can switch characters.
Okay. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah,
Oh, we get to do the
probably not
trial.
gonna work.
Yeah,
Eh.
I don't think it'll work,
Yeah, the trial too. I just want to see, does it work? Okay, I'll wait till later.
but so okay, so yeah, wow, ooh, there's a lot of talking about news and Week in Genshin stuff, but let's go on and get started since we're talking about him anyway. Let's just start talking about our Anemo characters. So today we have decided is Anemo Day, and we will talk about our Anemo characters that are playable in Genshin Impact currently, and just talk about like some we're just gonna compare them and talk about some differences. And it's not gonna be a super long segment, I think, but since Wanderer is coming out, we want to talk a little bit about that. So yeah, so Kahi, go ahead and lead this one. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, with the release of our new character, Mr. Wanderer and Faruzan, two animal characters are on the same new banner, new characters coming out. So I thought we'd take a day to talk about all the animal characters up to now. So, in no particular order, I'm just going to be listing them all and their weapons and their nations, just so that we know where everyone else is at. Because I'm pretty sure like all the and weapons are accounted for. I'm pretty sure all the nations are accounted for, but we're just gonna see if something can pop up. Maybe if we're noticing a pattern, something that's missing, something that's overrepresented. So first animal character that we ever got to interact with is Venti, who uses a bow and is from Mondstadt and is the Anemo Archon. After that is Jean, who is the what is her main title? The captain of the Knights of
The
Favonius.
acting grandmaster.
Acting Grandmaster, right? Grandmaster uses a sword from Mondstadt. We also have Sucrose as a catalyst user from Mondstadt. And after that, when we went to Liyue, we interacted with Zhao, who is a pole arm user from Liyue and is the Adepti, or the last known or the last living Yaksha, which is still kind of in question because of the chasm event in
No,
that
no, it is. No, no,
story.
he's the
Because
last one, I think.
it is
Yeah.
okay, because I guess they all,
The only one
had their
that was
time.
like we didn't know where they were. Everyone else died, and the only one's like we don't know where he was. We found him at the bottom of the chasm, and so
Mm.
he was actually dead. So
What was the guy's name? Bosacious.
something like that.
Yeah,
Bodacious, yeah, something like that.
that's the reason why I remember it, because it sounds like bodacious.
Wow, I
Okay.
just realized
Then
we have more male with this update. We have more. Well, actually, even now we have more male Animo characters than we do female.
yes, we do.
Interesting.
And they all have something in common too. So we have Kazuha, a sword user from Inazuma. We have Hazel, catalyst user also from Inazuma.
Oh, we have no
Wanderer, catalyst user
leeway
from
female
Inazuma.
Animo characters.
Uh-huh. There you go. See, and speaking of which, from Liyue, I think long time ago when Yao Yao was released, like her first official art that not wasn't by herself, it was with other
Right.
characters. I thought she was gonna be Anemo
Right.
because I had no idea about Dendro. I don't know. I thought Dendro was just only gonna be in Sumeru or in this region, but it would make sense that she would be Dendro too, but
Right.
just didn't make an appearance yet.
I mean Baizu, right?
But yeah, Baizu. Well, yeah,
He's
that
gonna
would.
be Liyue
I don't know
Dendro
if he's.
character.
Yeah, it makes sense. He has a pharmacy. He deals with medicines. He could be a healer. Someone that applies the poison,
he's just
perhaps.
thematically green. So like I think he's gonna be like a lot of people think he's gonna be that. So we don't know yet.
I hope he has two voices, because one for Baizu and one for Ching Ching,
Yeah. Oh,
the snake.
definitely he has to, right?
Oh, that'd be great. Like one. Oh, that would be interesting. One character comes with two voice line packets.
Well, I mean, what's her name?
That'd
Like
be cool.
Traveler's already like that with the Paimon. But
Oh,
you mean like when
yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
fighting?
You're right.
Yeah, like when you're fighting, like there's like
Yeah.
two voices. Like yeah, that'd be interesting.
That, or during idle animation, like you're having a conversation with your snake.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. I know she just seems so adorable. She's like a feisty, sassy snake. Then we have, who else did we not mention? Oh yes, we have Sayu, Claymore user from Inazuma, and Faruzan, bow user from Sumeru, who's about to come out. So we have 5 male animal users and 4 animal female users. Female animal users. Um,
Anemo female users.
animal female users. It's already been a long day. It's not
Um,
even half over.
um.
So
Okay.
yeah, so there's a pattern. We might, if there's ever another animal character to come out, hopefully it'll be another female user. See, I did it again. It'll be another female character. Here's the thing about the animal characters. The male animal characters, they're all boys. There's no,
Oh, there's no tall
oh, what was that
guys.
word? Yeah, there's no
There's no.
ikemen
I mean,
character
they're
who's
ikemens.
animal.
They're ikemens, but
Ike,
not
Ike boy.
tall. Yeah, ike boy. Uh huh.
You know who I just thought of?
What?
Maybe the what was the harbinger's name? The banker.
The
The banker
harbinger
from the
banker?
Harbingers. Yeah, the guy with the glasses, the tall guy. Maybe he could be the animal guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe. I forgot his name too.
Money,
That guy.
free to do what he wants.
Yeah.
So now that we're at this part, might as well start talking about themes. So here's the thing. All these characters use the power of animal. Animal definitely has a type of personality that can match it, whether it's like
By the way, you
a
forgot
philosophy they
Anemo
live by, a creed.
Traveler.
Oh, he's not exclusively animal. We all know he's better as Dendro, anyways.
I mean, yeah, but
He
actually,
really
I like
is.
the
Yeah,
Anemo one though.
his ability is great because you can hold it and charge it, and then you just
Yeah,
blast them away. That's
yeah.
cool. That was really
I
cool
like
when you
doing
first
the
got it.
tornado with things that can be picked up by the tornado, like Amber's Baron Bunny, or like
Mm.
I don't know if Klee's bombs get picked up by the tornado, but I assume they do. I don't play Klee, but
I'm pretty
I
sure.
have done like where I pick up the tornado, or I do the tornado, and then I shoot them with a charge shot of some sort, like Ganyu or something like that. So that's pretty fun. But okay. Anyway, I guess they count but don't count.
Yeah, they can, they can't, or they do, or don't, should, or shouldn't. The characters, all of these characters definitely match the idea or the design philosophy of Animal pretty well. Wanderer, wandering spirit, kind of doing his own thing. Hazel, following his own sense of justice. Kazuha, free spirit, going wherever the wind takes him. Zhao kind of does his own thing because that's his own personal set of responsibilities and duty. Venti, the god of Anemo, just literally doing his own thing for the longest time, the hundreds of years, just wandering the world, drinking beer and alcohol. Um, the one that's just weird is of all of these characters, Jean seems to be one that doesn't. Jean would, as far as like her personality and philosophy, might match Geo more, just because her sense of responsibility is rooted in like laws, rules, running the knights, being like a figurehead, which is similar to how Zhao is. Not Zhao, Zhongli. Sucrose is also, I mean, she's devoted to her studies. She is kind of by herself, whether she chose to or not, just because of her more introverted personality. Sayu I can definitely see as like an animal type personality because she's very lazy. Likes to sleep all the time. Farazan,
Wait, what does sleeping have to do with
Farazan,
Anemo?
Farazan. Well, that's when you breathe the best.
Okay. Really just
it makes sense.
really just winging this conversation, huh?
We're just winging it.
Yeah,
So,
but it's
I mean,
fun. Yeah.
who's your favorite animal character? Because I have a favorite, but who's your
Oh, I
favorite
thought
animal
you never
character?
asked. Well, I don't know about Wanderer and Farzan. I'm not gonna count them yet because I haven't like gotten to play them. But I think that even though like gameplay wise, like Kazuha I think is like most useful, and Shao is really fun. I think that my favorite Anemo character currently is Heizo, like just because of how unique his kind of fighting style is. Plus, like his I like his design, like his actual design, because he looks like like I don't know, like an Edo era Japanese detective kind of like I don't know if it's fiction or what, but like he has that vibe that's accurate enough.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't know, he was the first character that to me really made me like think and opened my mind to the possibilities of what kinds of unique playstyles that catalysts can have. Like catalysts don't have to just have, you know, they don't have to just shoot some kind of elemental energy at stuff, right? And then like after we had Hazo, we have Nahida, and now we have Wanderer, and they all do like really interesting things with like their normal attacks, and it's really, it makes me excited for like what kinds of things in the future, as well as like if we get another person who does like this like fighting, like fist fighting and kicking style, that's like a 5 star, and what kind of character that will be. Like I'm really excited um to like just Hazo has like a really special place for me in terms of like how I saw Genshin and like the way I would be playing Genshin and going forward in the future, because he's so different from all the characters that came before him.
That makes sense. I like that answer because it's like a game changer.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
a paradigm
It
shift.
keeps it
Like
fresh,
we're
right?
breaking out of the mold, right?
Yeah. So what
Because
about you?
we keep getting strung along.
What about you?
Yeah, we keep seeing. My favorite is definitely Kazuha. It was between Zhao and Kazuha, but Kazuha more for style. See,
The guy you almost
Kazuha
skipped?
does have a the guy I almost skipped. Yes. So, I like Kazuha because his personality is great.
He's great.
There's no reason to hate him. And you go through all his story from the first time you met him to like
Yeah,
all the way to now.
you're right. There's
He's been
literally no
involved.
reason to hate him.
Hmm.
There's only ever
No.
reasons to feel more for him, like his story that he went through
Hmm.
with his friend, and fighting against the shogun, having to like leave his country because of his family, and then like getting to travel with Beidou. I mean, that's probably your favorite thing, right? You're like, I wish I could be Kazuha.
Yeah. He's closest. I must be him. But yeah, he is great story wise. He's great, personality wise, character wise, and he's great as far as combat. I mean, he's the probably the most useful character in the game.
Agreed.
Aside from Zhongli, because you can just ignore everything. But Kazuha swirls. He pulls everyone in. I mean, we know his playstyle. Everyone loves this guy. There's no reason. He also, his moves and his animations are very clean and very stylish. Like, so he does
Yeah.
spins a lot. The way he handles his sword. You
When
know.
you fully charge his elemental skill and fly up into the
Mm-hmm.
air, and he's like kind of like sideways, like laying down in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Yeah, and then he can do like a great plunging attack into like a spinning kick up in the dirt down below. It's great.
He
He's
also
like a
has
break dancer.
the best name for a elemental burst. Do you know what his elemental burst is called?
Kazuha Slash.
Kazuha Slash.
Uh, Also, like the way he handles his sword too. Certain times when you do like a basic attack and just stop, he just like quickly like slams his sword into like his invisible holster
Yeah.
and just like tucks it away. Not like he does a slow one too after his whole attack string he's done, but if you just do like a few hits, he's like, "Oh, I'm done already. Okay,
Mhm.
quickly put it away."
Oh, dude.
Just like that's such a badass way to
You,
put it in.
you know what that makes me think we should do? Like, so I love appreciating the normal attack animations. Like, like after each hit, they have a different way of going back to their standing pose, right? Like their default
Mhm.
stance. So
A
like,
reset.
yeah, so like you do one hit and then one hit, and then like he'll like put his sword away, and then you one hit, and then slash 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 slash, and then he'll put his sword away a different way. And then like I always love when I first get a character, just checking like how their animations are. Like, oh my god, Kaching's like when she flips, if you don't press the button, she just lands. But if you press the button, she does the attack from there. Right? Like it's so interesting. So
Yeah.
I think we should, I just got a random idea, but I'm like, maybe we should just like do a personal ranking of the attack animations.
Tier list.
Yeah.
We could do a tier list.
Oh my god,
Maybe
okay.
we could put it on Twitter.
Yeah,
we'll do like a tier list someday.
Or let's do like a little
Oh, speaking of normal
okay.
attacks, normal attacks. Since we're in the animal category, Zhao, I believe, has the most normal attacks in the game. He has 7 normal attacks. Everyone else is like
Oh.
up to 5.
You mean like
Eula's
button
close.
presses, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that, right? Because
Because
like I
well,
realized
yeah.
recently how Xiangling, her normal attack, she has like a ora 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 with like her spear, like
yeah, the stabs.
yeah, that's so cool.
And yeah, I was using her for the longest time. She used
Yeah.
to be like my main DPS
She's
character
a
until I
good driver
discovered
with Beidou's
literally
burst,
anyone
right?
else. Uh huh.
I mean, same, but like actually, so Xiangling, quick story time, but Xiangling was actually the first character I got to see six, like on like, and I was actually really annoyed that I did because I just got the game, I started playing it, and then every time I got a purple character, like a 4-star character in the gacha, it was always Xiangling until I got her to C6. Like, I
Well, the
wanted,
pool is so small.
yeah, at the beginning, right? But like, I wanted other characters. I just wanted to try other characters, but because they give you a free Xiangling, and then I only got Xiangling constellations. I didn't understand the value of constellations at the time and how amazing C6 Xiangling is. But I I was annoyed. I was like, oh my god, Xiangling again. I was like, I want a different character. Like at first I was like, wow, she's so cool. I'm gonna use her, and I did. And then I was like, oh, got another one. I got two. I got another one. Yeah. So anyway,
So excited for like C6 Noelle, just because she was like a tank.
yeah.
I love the tanky characters, just because you don't have to worry about like getting hit, and you can still output a lot of damage
I
based on your
I
defense.
like her like C6 Noel's style because it's like it's very
Hmm.
anime. It's very like let me get this
Of
sword
course.
more giant like like yeah right like take this my love my anger and all my sorrow.
So anime. This game is gonna be this anime is gonna be great
Oh my
when it
god, I'm so
comes out
excited for it.
because type what is it UFO
Yeah,
table
yeah, ufotable.
ufotable. My goodness, it's gonna be good.
Dude,
The
I hope they are
combat you
putting
know is gonna
all
be
the
awesome.
stops in this. Like I hope they are making this their best project to date because this is going to boost Genshin in so many ways. Like exposure to the anime in general, to the game, to the voice actors. Like I'm just so excited for it. So I hope they keep going. I hope it's not like a one season off kind of thing.
So to kind of wrap up our like little animal character overview, Wanderer is originally from Inazuma, but was introduced in the Sumeru expansion or nation because that's kind of where his big turn and his actual re-origination begins.
Right.
So Scaramouche came from Inazuma, and honestly, I forgot what his Inazuma name was because Scaramouche was given to him by the
Oh, it
Harbingers.
was
Do you
it
remember what
was
his original name was?
so there was like supposed like retcon of his original name, which was Kuni Kazushi, which is like it literally means
Kuni. Okay.
country destroyer, like to break a country.
Mm.
But
Kunusushi. Kuzushi?
Kuni, yeah, Kuni is country, and Kazushi is like Kazusu is
Right.
like to break something. So like Kuni
Oh,
Kazushi,
okay, cool.
and then
Rule
now
breaker.
for some reason, he was saying that his name was Kabukimono. So like people are like, we don't know why. So we might find that out in this story. So I think Kuni Kazushi was the name that was given to him by other people, but I think Kabukimono was the
Like a
name given to him
title.
by someone
Mm-hmm.
else. So maybe we will see. But you know, he's in the trailer. He says like I'm no longer like Kabukimono or Scaramouche or the what's it called the harbinger name, his harbinger name. What is it? The something?
You know,
Do you remember?
the Balladeer.
The balladeer. Yeah, he's like I'm not the
Balladeer.
balladeer or Kabukimono.
You know, you just brought up something I didn't think of it until just now. It does make a lot of sense. A lot more sense why he chose Wanderer, which is not technically a name, it's more like a title, but that he chose that because it sounds like all of his other names were given to him. Like people
Right.
call him that or it was bestowed upon him. He didn't really choose anything for himself in this entire time. So if he chose Wanderer for himself, it's even more poetic. I like that.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm really
Yeah,
curious, like
this guy's
to.
growing on me.
I'm really
Okay.
curious to
He
see
might
his
be
actual background.
interesting.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
by the
Yeah.
way, before we like move on from the discussion, I wanted to mention, like that video I was watching before, from I Want to Lose on YouTube. I posted the chart here for you to see, Kahi, but like
Yep, I see
they
it.
were talking about how Farazan is the first dedicated Anemo support character, so similar to like
Mm-hmm.
Shenhe is like
Shenhe.
yeah, exactly, like a dedicated cryo character. And even though she's like 4-star, and her version is like shred she can naturally shred animal resistance. She can pull enemies. She does have something to do with an attack multiplier on her the character she is supporting. And she gives a damage bonus. She doesn't heal, but like they were doing a comparison of like the only other two like support ish um like animal damage support kind of characters, which are just Jean and Sucrose. And like Sayu doesn't really support Anemo damage in that sense. She's just more of like a pure healer or just does her own damage. But then Jean at under C3 basically just does healing. But then after C4, um, Jean can also shred animal resistance. And then if you have Freedom Sworn on top of that, you can also give a damage bonus and attack multiplier to everybody on the team. So that was like the best support. But like Jean and Kazuha's sword Freedom Sworn are so hard to get. Like C4 Jean plus that, it's like really hard to get. So um, it's not really viable to consider as an option. But then after that, you have Sucrose, who gives like an attack multiplier using like Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayer, and then she can group enemies. But she doesn't offer healing, she doesn't offer Anemo Shred, and she doesn't offer damage bonus. So Farazan gives you everything but healing. She gives you Anemo Shred, damage bonus, attack multiplier, grouping. So really, and if you use Elegy of the End, she can give, which is like Eventi's weapon, she can give more attack bonus or damage bonus to the team. So, right, we're getting the first real Anemo support character, like all around Anemo support character that's accessible to everybody. So, you know, most likely she's going to be really good for Shao or for, someone who's trying to do Anemo damage with Kazuha or with Jean or Venti. But definitely Wanderer and Heizo too, I think. So, it's going to be, I think, Anemo, we're talking about Anemo, and it's going to be a huge game changer for Anemo to have this character, this 4-star, that's really accessible, so we can kind of more experiment with different kinds of damages and things. I really think Shao is gonna go back up in popularity, which is cool because I have Shao like pretty built up. So we'll see like what the effects of that are, but I'm excited. I'm really excited for Anemo after this coming patch.
And for those of you who are planning to get Farazan, the battle pass resets pretty soon. So the battle pass weapon, the green bow,
Oh, Viridescent
that
Hunt.
is going to be great on her because if any of you don't know this, that bow on the battle pass, the green one, Viridescent Hunt, on normal attack or charge attack on hit, has a 50% chance to create like a little cyclone that also draws enemies in and keeps them there. So if her skill allows you to do a charge shot and groups them into that charge shot, it will also then leave another cyclone from the bow and will keep them there for a few seconds. So if
Yeah.
you want to do like a lot of CC crowd control, and just keep everyone in a certain spot, yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely want to go with this one. Even
Yeah.
like
But the weapon
refinement
though,
one is fine.
uses crit rate as a main stat though, so I don't think it's very
Mm-hmm.
useful if you're trying to support with her. You know what I mean? Like you would
If you're going for
probably,
damage and support,
yeah,
yes.
you'd probably rather have
Mm-hmm.
energy recharge, um, or something. If I don't know what her stuff scales off of, like maybe she scales off of attack or something like that. Then maybe you want like an attack
I
bow.
would probably say that or mastery because Animal does use mastery a lot.
Right. Yeah, exactly that too. But like remember, she boosts animal damage, so you don't really need to swirl
Mm-hmm.
things. Like elemental mastery is directly based on
Yeah,
swirling,
true.
right? So you
It
probably
would
want
make
to
more sense
build
for attack.
a mono Anemo team in some cases, and so
Animono?
and a monomino team in some cases. So yeah, we'll see, right? Like we get to experiment after we're done recording this podcast. The update's gonna come out, so we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna check it out. So okay, cool.
Pretty soon,
Yeah.
shortly. Alrighty. So, for our final segment of this technically short episode, but we still got a lot of time to flesh out a good discussion, or a discussion of some sort. We're going to go into a little game that I come up with.
Woo.
It is going to be, I guess, name pending. It's just going to be called Character Riddles. So I come up with 4 riddles for 4 characters, and Josh is going to try and guess who this character is. So I'm trying to order it in terms of like easiest to hardest, maybe like shorter sentences, and then going into longer sentences, a little bit more obscure. I'm trying not to use any kind of keywords like animal or wind or something that
Are
suggests
we
the
talking playable characters or are we talking any character?
yes, playable
Okay, great.
characters. I'm not gonna do something so obscure like this one NPC you met once in like
I don't
Mondstadt.
know, man. If you don't clarify, I might think you might do that.
Uh-huh. No, I would never do that to you. So for playable character riddles, Josh, do you have any questions? Are you ready to begin?
Yeah. My question is, when can we begin?
We can begin right now. So riddle number 1. Wears a mask just like a bird, judges you without a word, can attack you from the sky, has wings but cannot fly. Who am I?
Damn, you made this up. That's so good.
Yes.
Can I hear it one more time?
Wears a mask just like a bird, judges you without a word, can attack you from the sky, has wings but cannot fly. Who am I?
Well, it has wings but cannot fly. Can attack you from the sky. Huh? Wait, okay. So where's a mask? Let me just talk about my thinking. So where's a mask is like only a couple of I don't know. Does it? Okay, so mask is Sarah, Xiao, and Kuki is what I can think of. And the only one of those that has wings is Sarah. So I'm gonna say Sarah.
Yes, correct.
Oh, okay.
Kujo Sara.
Whew.
Her attack from the sky is her burst, where she calls out a
The
big,
lightning.
bolt of lightning
Yeah.
from the ground. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. That was the easy one. That's what I think was the easy one. So let's go on to our second riddle.
Great.
So you're one out of 4.
Yeah. Hey man, don't forget to write these down. These are great. Like you gotta compile these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll save them in a document.
Yeah.
Riddle number 2. Runs in circles the other way. Puts off work for another day. Friends with creatures they can easily capture. Can oddly alter large weapon stature. Who am I?
Sayu.
You. Which one gave it away?
The altar sized one.
See, that's a unique one. I don't think any other character does that for like weapons.
Yeah, I mean
Because like catalysts,
yeah, because
swords maybe a
swords
little
and
bit.
stuff are pretty much. I mean, they're smaller, but not by enough to tell. But just enough to fit into their hands. But like Sayu, like great swords are huge, and then all of a sudden they're tiny for just for Sayu. It's really interesting.
Just for her.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. All right. I probably should have ordered it in a little bit different way, but you are 2 out of 4. Let's see
I'm
if
2
the
for 2
third
right
one
now.
catches you off guard.
Yeah.
2 for 2. Legendary but not famous. Growing up among the ageless. If you try to eat them, you will regret. Cooking foul might make them upset. Who am I?
All right, one more time.
Legendary but not famous. Growing up among the ageless. If you try to eat them, you will regret.
This is kind of tough for me.
Obscure, right? Nothing descriptive, but more like what's around
Right.
the person.
I mean, sounds like they like food or chickens. I don't know. And then, growing up around the ageless, legendary but not famous. What? Legendary but not famous. That's a really interesting line.
The hint is they're referred to as
Right.
legendary, but they themselves did not refer to them as legendary.
Right.
Many people know them, but wouldn't say famous.
Okay, let me think. Hold on. Is it?
Anyone? Any guess?
D-Look? Okay.
Nope. It is Ganyu.
Okay, so growing up around the ageless was the first. Ganyu was the first person I thought of. Ganyu and Shunha because of the Adepti, but I don't know where the other ones come in. Like,
so legendary
the
but not famous.
Coco Goat. Oh my
Ganyu,
god.
the Coco Goat, legendary Coco Goat. Chi Chi was the only one who called her
Oh
that.
my gosh.
When you met Zhongli, Because even Zhongli, like legendary Coco Goat, legendary beast and creature. Even I don't know this.
So what's the one about the cooking fowl
Okay,
one?
so cooking fowl because she grew up around a bird.
Oh my
Like her master or
god.
like her,
I see.
her
I see.
parent was a bird. If you cook bird, it's kind of like whoa, what the heck? That's kind of weird.
That was good. That's a good
Um,
one.
yeah, and if you try to eat them, you will regret. You know what that's a reference to?
Nope.
So in Ganyu's
The
bio,
trailer. Oh no no.
her
Yeah.
one of her stories in her profile, I think a Hilichurl tried to either Hilichurl or some beast, a monster tried to eat her, but she got stuck in its throat because her hips were too big, and killed it.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
What the heck? That's so
Do you
freaking
have
random.
Ganyu?
I do, but I
You have
can't
Ganyu,
check
right?
right now because it's
Oh
maintenance.
my goodness.
I'll check later. That's funny. Oh my god, what
Okay,
the heck?
but yeah, that's a bit of lore for all of you. Yes, Ganyu's hips are too big. It's big enough that it can kill a beast.
Her hips don't lie.
Do not lie at all.
Okay.
All right, now the last one. With half their vision, can see beyond the horizon to welcome danger and repay it back again. A guide, a friend, a master, a legend, whose home would be difficult to upend. Who am I?
Whose home would be difficult to what?
Upend.
Upend. Okay, one more time.
With half their vision, can see beyond the horizon to welcome danger and repay it back again. A guide, a friend, a master, a legend, whose home would be difficult to upend.
Beidou.
Who am I? Oh, wow, that was easy. What gave it away?
Your Kahi.
Of course, I would give the most like verbose, the most descriptive and awesome sounding
Well,
one to
I just
like one of
think
my favorite
Kahi
characters.
talking about a character with an eye patch must be Beidou. Also, you said Horizon. You said
Okay.
Legendary,
Uh-huh.
Master, Guide, Friend. Like Beidou fits the
Yeah,
bill
there
for
you
all
go.
these things. I mean, I of course you said Vision, the Vision thing. So it's either official Kaya or Beidou off the bat. Or maybe even Sino because he has like one eye covered. But
A little bit, yeah.
yeah, I mean, like, so I am what's it called? Yeah, I'm just trying to think like about your word choice and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Some of it was a little bit too suggestive because like Horizon, definitely leads to like open water, looking out to the
yeah.
ocean,
But
looking over
I
like a
did
big
think it could
sea.
be like when you said Horizon the first time I thought of it, I was thinking you meant um like this world. So I was thinking official. So I was
Hmm.
thinking you were gonna say something that was like when you said about her home, like that, like like I thought you were gonna start talking about this like the German castle place, like I forgot the name of it, the something something in German, that place where she's
Yeah,
from.
it's a really
Yeah, yeah.
special name.
That, like, I thought you were gonna mention something like that. So, but you went a totally different route. So then I thought, okay, well maybe it's not that. And yeah, and I was like, eye patch, and then master, friend, legend, like definitely like official fits closer to that when it comes to like her self-proclaimed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like official's not like anyone's master or anything like that. So I thought like, okay,
The
so
bird, Oz.
Beto's like the. Oh yeah, I guess so. But oh yeah, interesting. I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking more along the lines of like how she interacts with other characters or other people. And so, but Beto fits the bill as a captain, and she has like the history of like fighting the giant sea monster thing and being really strong and all this stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
cool. Oh, that was fun. Damn. How long did it take you to think of those?
Like an hour.
Nice.
Like I knew who I wanted to describe. I'm like, how do I not use any of their keywords and describe what happened to them? Like this, it was actually a little bit more tricky than I thought
It was a
because
good
I also
challenge
had to
though.
make it rhyme.
Yeah, but
It's
rhyme
kind
is
of a
great.
challenge, but yeah, this is pretty cool. I like doing this.
Yeah,
I
I
should do it
appreciate
again
it.
because even the listeners might. I'm teaching them a little bit of lore too because
Yeah.
I thought a lot of people knew the thing about Ganyu because that's pretty memorable.
I did not know that. I'm just gonna say it right now. I did not know that.
That's hilarious. That's funny. Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably do this again next week or next episode. But yeah, that'll be our topics for today. That'll be our games and our activities for today. Before we wrap up our episode, anything that you would like to share with the audience, Josh? Anything you'd like to let them know about our episodes in the future?
Yeah, so so we're gonna be doing, like I mentioned at the beginning of this, we are recording a little bit earlier this time. So we want to give you more time to answer the community discussion question. And so what we're gonna do is we have last week's episode, and the question is still open. And then we're gonna have this week's episode, and then we're gonna have next week. We're gonna have an uh, interlude episode that's also gonna have a question. And we're gonna take all three of these questions. They're all gonna be open at the same time. And in our next episode, when I come back from vacation, we will answer all three episodes in all three questions in one episode as a large community discussion question segment. So don't worry, if you did answer the community question last week or this week or next week, we will get to it. You just have some more time to be able to answer it. But please answer the questions. We want to hear from you, what you are all interested in, like some of your ideas, etc., etc. So yeah, just letting you guys know. So this week's question is open for the next 2 weeks. Kahi, would you be able to let us know this week's question?
So, the last question was if you could change anyone's weapon type. This time it's if you could change a character's element, what would you change it to? And I'm curious how it would change up their abilities and skills. If they did the same thing, but the element was different, would that make them more powerful? Would that make them more viable in another team? Let's see what you can come up with.
Like imagine like I don't want to say anything. Okay, let's go.
So many ideas.
Yeah. No, seriously. Like I just. Okay. Anyway, so all right. So that actually wraps up our show for today. Actually longer than I thought it was gonna be. So that's pretty interesting. But thanks for listening. If you have time, please leave us a comment and a review. We'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you are listening. Follow us on Twitter once again at Genshin Guys Pod. Me at JSide Gaming. Kahi at Kahiao, KAHIYAO. And also my Twitch at twitch.tv/JSide. I'm very close to my 30 follower goal for my in real life Genshin live stream. So if you are interested, please come and join it. And join my Discord too as well for now. Then we will let you know if we move to or create a Genshin Guys Discord space. Okay, we will let you all know. Thank you very much. And as always,
Ad Astra Abyssos.
星と支援を目指せ